Welcome back to the Paradox Show, my genius viewers. I hope all of your lives have been substantially full with momentous activity. While looking at our previous episodes, I've realized we haven't done a time travel episode in way too long. How are we supposed to unravel the mystery of the universe without understanding its past? Hence, I give to you the life of Joseph Pulitzer. Through this time-traveling reenactment, we will uncover his life through the use of journalism. Our wonderful reporter will present his life as several different news articles and portray certain techniques used by Pulitzer, such as yellow journalism, which includes catchy phrases and much advertising. And to make this episode even more intriguing, there of course will be modern twists entwined in its making. Enjoy! Hello, this is Angel Wolf reporting from New York World on matters about our Civil War. It's been noticed that recruiters have been stealing money from soon-to-be soldiers. An example of this was found in Massachusetts with a man named Joseph Pulitzer. Now, Mr. Pulitzer was raised and tutored in Hungary, as his father was a well-financed businessman and was able to retire at an early age due to all of his money. But when his father died, the business went bankrupt and put the family in poverty. Pulitzer, now 17, has immigrated to the United States under the passage of Massachusetts recruiters. And although he only speaks German, French, and Hungarian, he could tell he was being swindled out of his enlistment money. Hence, he sneaked off here to New York and has joined the Lincoln Cavalry, where he has been paid his fair $200. This is one of the many examples of fraud in the industry, so be warned. Thank goodness the war is finally over, but there seems to be a new issue at hand. Reconstruction. Plans are trying to be made about what precisely to do with the South and the issue of ex-slaves. On the note of problems, there seems to be a lack of education in the United States. Hence, people are beginning to rise up and provide better elementary schools and universities. Some people are taking it into their own hands to rise out of the gutter. Thinking about people rising out of the gutter, the familiar name Joseph Pulitzer is popping up. After the war, he was sleeping literally on the streets and was a mule tender until he finally moved to St. Louis, where things began to start looking brighter. When we asked him what it was like traveling to a new city, he said,
"The lights of St. Louis looked like a promised land to me."
He had first got another job as a mule tender, but then switched to a restaurant waiter. While not working, he would study at the St. Louis Mercantile Library, briskly mastering English. He and a few friends heard about a good opportunity on a Louisiana sugar plantation from a man who sent them down in a steamboat. Soon, the steamboat crew kicked them off, and they had to walk all the way back to the city of St. Louis. Pulitzer then wrote an article for the Westliche Post, talking about the swindling. Soon, he made friends within the company. He is now studying to take the bar exam, and we wish him luck, praise him for such perseverance, and I'm sure we will see his name soon, sometime in the future. Good morning. It's a rainy day in 1869, but we do have some good news. A few years prior, I mentioned a certain man, and my prediction of his name showing up in the future has come true. Mr. Joseph Pulitzer has been very busy these few past years. It turns out he did excellent on his bar exams, but he couldn't have a stable career, for his clients were prejudiced towards his German accent. Yet, just last year, he instead got hired as a reporter for the Westliche Post. Co-workers have told us that he was extremely hardworking and got nicknamed Joey the German. The startling news hasn't happened till this year, though. He has just joined the Republican Party, and they have already nominated him into the state legislature. It was a unanimous vote that went to Joey, even though he is only 22, when the required age limit is 25. Apparently, people love him, and he has been crawling up the social ladder, as he is now the managing editor for the Westliche Post. Ladies and gentlemen, I am sorry to sound repetitive, but it looks as if Joseph Pulitzer has made the news once again. This time, it is for newspaper companies. Apparently, in 1872, he bought a large share of the Westliche Post, and then, a year later, sold it. Well, just a week ago, he bought both the St. Louis Dispatch and the St. Louis Post. It's been announced that he has merged the two corporations into the St. Louis Post-Dispatch. With this rate, who knows what newspaper he'll be buying next? Well, ironically enough, I am proud to present that the New York World has a new owner, Joseph Pulitzer. Our newspaper has sadly been losing money lately, but now with Mr. Pulitzer, our sales have been slowly rising. From now on, we are determined to bring to you all of the most intriguingly important news about scandals, defrauding, and corruption. So, stay alert and stay tuned with the New York World. We have a very short update. 2 years ago, our very own Joseph Pulitzer was elected to the U.S. House of Representatives. What an honor it was, and still is, for our newspaper. Though today, Mr. Pulitzer announces that he will be resigning due to having to handle his responsibilities as the owner of the New York World. But as always, we're going to look at the brighter side of the situation. You know what this means. There will be even better material to cover in future articles. Thank you, and have a wonderful day. Hello, fellow New Yorkers. I hope all of you are having a wonderful time on this beautifully sunny day. Lately, there has been quite some quarreling between our newspaper and the New York Journal, owned by Randolph Hearst. Recently, they have reduced their price, but I'm here to tell you that... wait. Excuse me? Mr. Pulitzer? What? Change what? Change our newspaper? How? Is that a piano? Well, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like there is a new look to the New York World. Welcome to colored broadcasts along with breaking news stories. Oh, and don't forget to pick up your very own copy of the colored section of this
Paper, where you will be reading about our famous cartoon character, the Yellow Kid, created by
Richard F. Outcalt. Have a wonderful day. Good morning, fellow New Yorkers. Today is a very special broadcast where we will be interviewing Nellie Bly herself. Now, many of you already know about her fantastic duties as a reporter for our newspaper, and that she traveled the world in only 72 days. So, I am pleased to welcome Miss Nellie Bly.
Hello, Nellie. How are you doing today?
Oh, quite well. I enjoy sunny afternoons.
So do I. Now, Nellie, when did you first join the New York World?
That would be back in the year 1807. Even though bosses are prejudiced towards us women, I was able to finagle my way into this building.
Oh, how exciting! What was your first job?
Well, Mr. Pulitzer's main objective is to alert people of corruption and fraud, and so he had me go undercover into a mental asylum for 10 whole days to experience the abuses firsthand. As seen by the article I published, afterwards they treated their patients horribly. Yeah, you had to sit on benches all day, and you were barely allowed to talk. Oh, and the cold. Oh, my teeth chattered and my limbs were numb with cold. Suddenly I got 3 buckets of ice-cold water, and one in my eyes and one in my mouth. Ugh.
Oh, how dreadful. But thank goodness your article led to, the police investigating it.
It must have been huge. Your first paper to be that big.
But what is it like traveling around the world?
Okay. Now that is an interesting story. So, back in 1889, I read Jules Verne's Around the World in 90 Days. I was so intrigued, I asked Mr. Pulitzer if he would have the New York World finance the trip, and he said yes. You know? There were thousands of people who entered the contest, and I almost didn't win. When I arrived on the shore of California, I was 2 days behind schedule. But then Mr. Pulitzer actually hired a private train for me, and I made it back in 72 days, 6 hours, 11 minutes, and 14 seconds.
Yeah. Oh, what fun. You know, he is such a nice man. Yeah. And did I mention that I actually got a monkey in Singapore while I was there? Oh, no, you didn't. I wish we could talk more about it, but sadly our time's up. Well, thank you so much for your time. Not a problem. Yeah, it was nice meeting you too.
Quick update for the New York world. Today is our owner's 25th wedding anniversary. Kate and Joseph and their 5 children are going to spend the day at Coney Island to celebrate this special day. Thinking about weddings, the mall has a 30% discount on all high heels, and don't forget to check out our Sunday paper as always. Good afternoon. Today we have some sad news. Mr. Pulitzer will be resigning as the owner of the New York World and handing the organization over to his son. Lately, his health problems have been too great as his eyes are getting worse to the point of blindness and his hearing is fading. He will be retiring to his yacht where he will go to his winter and summer home. While talking about winter, it seems like it's that time of year again. Don't forget to get your own gloves. At Macy's, they are 30% off. That's right, 30% off. Thank you very much and have a glorious day. We bring you urgent news today regarding our exposure of the Panama Canal. To bring you up to date, the New York World exposed an illegal payment from the United States to the Panama Canal Company last week. The amount of money was $40 million. Our owner, Mr. Pulitzer, was indicted for libeling. But not surprisingly, all charges have been dismissed by the courts. If you want more detailed information, you can buy one of our newspapers. Until then, this is Angel Wolf with all the insights of illegal activity, reporting directly to you.
Hello, New York. Today symbolizes a depressing day in the history of journalism. I am sad to announce that Mr. Pulitzer has just died on his yacht. His secretary was reading him his history book, and as he began to drift off to sleep, his final words were "Leicht ganz leicht." This amazing man has left $2 million for the University of Columbia. But I would hate to leave this broadcast on a bad note. Just a few days ago, Orville Wright remained in the air for 9 minutes, and then...
In the year 1912, Columbia University created the Graduate School of Journalism. And in 1917, the Pulitzer Prize of Journalism was also created. This man has had such a huge impact on the entertainment, advertising, and journalism businesses. I hope you enjoyed our episode covering the life of Joseph Pulitzer. As always, I hope your day is full of scientific knowledge and free of entropy.